Okay, I'm not going to beat around the bush with this video, but we have a really big consumerist problem within this country. We are just consumerists galore. There's way too much consumerism in this country, and it's honestly getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous at this point. People during a whole pandemic, you can't get food, you can't get water, you're over here scrambling for toilet paper, and you're going ahead and buying a PS5, really. Your priorities are getting the new PS5, the new Xbox One. Stop it. It's getting ridiculous at this point. Like, how can I take any of you guys seriously? It's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. I mean, nowadays, people won't take you seriously unless you're just a blind consumer. Like, all they can talk about is the new PS5. Have you guys noticed that? Like, most conversations are just, hey man, you get the new PS5, man. Hey, you get the new PS5. You get the new NBA 2K game. Hey man, I need my new product. I need my new product. Oh, when's the new iPhone coming out, man? Stop it. Stop. That is just clown fest. Okay, that is clown fest. You're not helping. So, let's talk about something real besides video games, okay? And when I do, obviously this is a gaming channel, but I don't talk about video games. My conversations don't revolve around video games, okay? Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Let's be honest. Okay, let's get it with the program. This country is slowly kind of resembling Japan at this very moment. We have a bunch of soy boys that are blindly chasing this non-stop chase for the next product. They're not chasing goals. They're not chasing purpose. They're not chasing anything. Consuming the next product. That is what we have in this country now. And it's ridiculous. It's getting like mentally, it's like you're living in an asylum. Just obsessed, doing the same thing over and over again, buying new product, complaining about said product, and then running back to the next product. If you're buying the iPhone every year and it keeps breaking, see, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. It's going to this product over and over and over again every year and then complaining on YouTube. Let's talk about that. I bought a prepaid phone and it still works. It's worked for like 2 years. Obviously, it's not as fast. But again, it's better than breaking, obviously. It's better than it breaking after a couple months. Okay, let's be clear with this whole consumerist sort of agenda that is being spoon-fed to us because we have no real businesses being ran by the people anymore. There's no local businesses making cell phones, video games. We have like 2 choices, 3 choices maybe. Maybe we have the choice between Nintendo, Xbox One, or Xbox. We can't choose between like 10 or 20 choices. We have to choose between either the Xbox or the PlayStation or the Nintendo. So clearly there's some sort of monopoly going on in the current culture, which doesn't drive innovation. And this is not a free market. If it was a free market, Why are we being forced between three options? Clearly, we should be able to make our own stuff, but we're just trapped in this little box where we, the consumers, are just being screwed over year after year. Apple, they're not stressing over lost sales. They're like, look at these idiots. They'll be back next year. And you guys keep running back. We have to stop this culture. The reason I made this channel was because we have a huge consumerist problem in this country when it comes to buying products, when it comes to buying stuff. We have a real problem. Because how many consoles are you going to buy before it just be every year you're going to buy a new console? Every 2 years? Like, it seems like the last console just came out. The Nintendo Switch, the Xbox One, they come up with Series X. It's just getting ridiculous. It's every year new console, every year new product. Spend your rent money, your savings. This is a lot of people capping for these games and for these systems. They don't have any savings. Any savings whatsoever. None. Zero. Zip. None. So let's be clear when talking about this. I could lie to you and say, hey, this new game is awesome. Hey guys, and people say I'm trolling, which isn't the case at all. I'm not a troll. It's just that I demand a good product. If I'm spending money, and we're not talking about a little bit of money at this point, because the prices of games are going up. They're going up, okay? They're not going down. They're not getting more efficient. They're spending more time making these games. And then they're charging more for the game. But the real problem with this is that we are holding games less accountable. See, the stuff they're pulling now would not have passed in the 90s, the 80s time frame of gaming. No, that stuff wouldn't have passed. We'd laugh in their face. We'd say this game is garbage. And a lot of people will agree. Every time there's a garbage game, pay attention. Every time there's a garbage game in the 80s and the 90s, people said it was a bad game. There was no sort of controversy or labeling people trolls. If it's a bad game, it's a bad game. Let's be clear. If you're releasing bad game after bad game, you get called out and your company will probably run out of business. But the problem now is that we are ran by monopolies. It has now seemed like if you aren't capping or lying or shilling and tap dancing for these companies, you are seen as a troll. You are seen as a troll. And a lot of people are labeling me a troll. I don't understand why just because I say a game sucks, just because I say your favorite game sucks, I'm a troll, really. But culture has just been diluted in general in this generation. Our culture has been completely diluted. Okay, there's no honor in making your own art anymore. Your end goal is to make a product for specific brand A or brand B. It's not about putting your heart out for said product. No. It's about selling. You gotta sell. Sell. And really? You don't get respect from selling. You get respect for making a good game. And now we've reached the point where they don't even have to make a good product anymore. Have you guys noticed that? With these Apples and these, what do you call it? Samsung. They're not making good products. They're not making unique products that you need. They might make the camera 1 pixel more HD, but really, they're just releasing the same thing over and over again. Like, look at these idiots. Instead of making a good product. And really, it's planned obsolescence. Because they know these products aren't going to hold up after a certain period of time. They do little sort of planned errors in their products where they plan out when it's supposed to start breaking. They do this. They've been called out, especially Apple. Especially Apple. And they do this, and there's no lawsuits. There's no, you don't get anything. They sold you a broken product, and you get nothing. Nothing in return. That's where we are. That's where we are in 2020, going on 2021. And really, I've just lost all sense of attachment to this consumerist culture. It's so foreign to me, because I can't even remember the last time I actually bought a game. The last game I actually bought was probably the old Halo games. The old Halo games on the MCC, the Master Chief Collection. But that was only for the old games. These new games aren't anything new, anything story-based. Let's be honest. They aren't. They are not story-based at all. At all. Okay? And if they do have a story, it's cliche. It's cliche. It's not good. It's not good. And it's not playable. It's glitchy. And it's not playable. So why would I want to play it? And now they just scrapped out the storyline completely. You see with Call of Duty, they do multiplayer only with the Black Ops games. And they still have the same price tag. So that's really baffling how they can get away with something like that. I'm just done. I am just over it. If I'm ranting about games, I'm looking from a bird's eye view. I'm not buying these games. A lot of people say, oh, well, you didn't even play it. You've heard that thousands of times on this channel. Well, you didn't play the game. You can't comment on it. You didn't pay $70 like me. You can't say it's good. Like, really? Really, this is where we're at? Where we have to pay a game before even giving our opinion? If somebody's selling you a product, you should be able to give your opinion before buying. Now, so you're arguing that you have to blindly buy a product before even having an opinion. So you just buy products randomly. You don't even have to have a reason. You just have to see the name brand and then just buy it. You don't have to have any critical thinking. These people are crazy. Consumer crazy. I don't get it. It's just so foreign to me. It doesn't make any sense. And unfortunately, these people will consume. And we're in a pandemic. Let's be real. We're in probably the worst economic time in American history. In American history. Let's be real. Let's get political. Let's get political in this video. We are in the worst economic times in American history, and you have these huge corporations that are trying to get over and try to finesse us. And then you have all these shills trying to push this product on us, trying to shame us into buying said product. We're behind on bills. We're trying to keep a roof over our head, and here it goes. Christmas time. Oh, get your son a PS5. Man, what are you doing? What are you, broke? What you can't afford a new PS5, man? And you're like, no, I'm good, bro. I got bills to pay. Why I spend all this money on trinkets? Which is what it is. It's just a trinket. It doesn't actually uplift you. It doesn't help your life in any way whatsoever. It's entertainment. That's all games are now. They don't, at least when the games had stories, they actually entertained you. Okay? They actually entertained you and gave you a good little moral tie-in at the end. Now they don't even do that. They don't even give you a moral tie-in at the end. Okay? So, really, we have to start thinking. What are we getting out of games now? Are you just selling your kids a game that is just blind entertainment? Or are you going to sell your kids a game that actually has some sort of moral payoff at the end? We gotta start asking these questions before you just blindly buy products for your children. Let's be very clear. But honestly, I can go on and on. I wanted to make this a short video, not a huge thing. But yeah, this is just stuff to think about, especially the fact that we're in holiday season, meaning blind consumers season. And we're not getting anything in return. We're just giving our money up like candy. Hey, come over here, Billy. Buy our product. We don't have to give you anything. It's like your whores. Just whoring yourself out for these companies. Working for these companies. Buying from these companies. No. We gotta cut all that stuff out. If you're not morally or culturally enriching us by having us play these games, we don't want it. We don't want it anymore. That's over. A lot of these games will have some sort of social justice type agenda attached to it. We've seen it with Last of Us. Just spoon feeding mush in our faces, just laughing in our faces. We're done with that. We're done with that. And I could cut into these companies real bad. But a lot of people aren't ready for that. You're not ready for that. I just saw Wonder Woman. And I will be making an entirely separate video on that. We can talk about that heap of filth of a movie. That movie was so brain dead. Like, it's just mush. And that's, oh, it's Wonder Woman. It has a brand attached to it. It's DC. We don't see the storyline. We don't see the message. We just see brand name DC Wonder Woman consume. So I'll be making an entirely separate video. Hopefully my channel doesn't get deleted, because I will be cutting in on these companies. And I've been holding my tongue. I've been holding my mouth shut for some time, because honestly I'm tired of talking about it. I've been talking about this stuff for years. Like, you guys see Iron Knight Gaming, and you just think, oh, this guy made his channel in 2004. No, I've been talking about this since I was a little kid. Since like 2009, 2010. I'm 22 right now. So I've been going on and on about this, and nobody's listening. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed at all. There might be some people out here saying, hey, stuff isn't making any sense, but nothing has changed. We've gotten dumber. So am I really just wasting my life to try to wake up a few sheep? No. I'm done. I'm only going to talk about certain things when I feel like it. I used to have a sense of obligation trying to wake up people, how they're getting scammed by these companies, how they're getting scammed by the entertainment business, how they're getting scammed by the gaming industry, how they're getting scammed by the music industry. I'm done. Because you guys don't want to stop consuming. No. You have to consume, or else you'll feel inferior for some reason. Let the sheep be sheep. Let them keep buying these games. Let them keep buying these games over and over and over all day long. I'm done wasting my time for you. For you trying to wake you up. You fend for yourself. And the sad thing is, a lot of these guys will end up homeless. A lot of these guys will end up homeless or never achieving anything in life. And they'll say this about me. They'll say this about me. They're projecting because they know that they are spending all their money on these games, on these products, instead of making something on their own. They'll just consume, never having a single thought or opinion to themselves. They'd much rather buy and be spoon-fed over and over again all throughout their life. Never having... See, this is the problem with late-stage capitalism. And I don't want to sound like I'm like, oh, we should have the government come in and take care of us. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we're not living in a capitalist society anymore, or a government. Our government is literally working in allegiance with corporations. They're both kind of working together. So it's not black or white on this issue. It is both sides screwing us over. So we gotta really ditch this whole idea that it's the capitalist or the communist. We gotta start using our heads, because they're just playing us divide and conquer. It's not either or. But that's political. Save that. I'll save that for my other channels. I won't talk about this on the gaming channel. We'll get into that later. But yeah, you're just too consumer. You're just too NPC-ish. You're not thinking for yourself. You're not at all. You gotta stop and think. Think. That's what I'm trying to tell you on this channel. Think. Use your brain, please. I beg of you. I can't force you to use your brain. I can't force you to stop buying these products. I can't force you to stop buying the new Mario game. You're like 50 years old, still running into the store to buy the next Mario game, which is the exact same game. We're shelling out our money for these entertainment products, but we're not shelling out our money for products that actually change us as a society, that actually better us. We gotta be very careful what we spend our money on, how we're managing our flow of our money. Very careful how we're, especially Americans, because you see what's happening in Japan. You see what's happening over there in Japan. Japan, man. Japan, bro. Man, do not move to Japan, because Japan, it's just consumer city, consumer town. You walk outside, you're just showered with posters, ads of all this consumer stuff. They're not getting anything out of that. What are they getting? Nothing. They're not getting anything. They're lonely, they're isolated, and they're sad. And they gotta fill in that void. It's an endless cycle. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I'm gonna have to cut it short, but if you like this content, subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna be talking more about consumerist, because a lot of people just think I'm a stupid troll that says everything sucks, but that's not why I make these videos. Hopefully this did some elaboration, some clarification on why I make these videos, because a lot of people think I'm just a troll. I'm not a troll. I'm not a troll. And this is the problem. We gotta stop using the straw man troll arguments when it comes to people that actually give reasonable criticisms on these games, on this consumerist culture. We gotta stop that. So understand, be clear, and don't get it the wrong way. That's all I'm saying.